Howdy. My name is John Wesley Hammond. I'm in your English 231 class, and we're going over, I believe, currently chapter 6. And this one was kind of really in depth with social media and the overall use of it. One of the things I kind of took note, just kind of a quick agreement, 2016 Facebook was absolutely obnoxious. I totally don't blame you whatsoever for discontinuing your use of it. I do remember how torn I was with a lot of relationships and friends I was with, and as well as a lot of family. It just that election year seemed like everyone was at their own at each other's throats. A lot more than I've ever seen. Trying to think. I do agree. As humans, we are drawn to this idea of wanting and needing to remain connected socially. Um, it's just, I guess, a human instinct on it. But what I've noticed out of it all is kind of how I guess you would say like how socially based social media has become. Specifically speaking with Instagram, such as influencers primarily, and just kind of how many followers or how many people know you or know of you. I can there's a couple, I guess, semi-famous people that live in Myrtle Beach that I've never met before, but I know them particularly kind of well just because of all the stuff they post on social media, as well as the interests and activities they are into, as well as just having plenty of mutual friends that know that one specific person. Um, and these influencers aren't just, they're not specifically, I guess for the most part, the mainstream influencers, the ones on Instagram that are usually highly attractive and are either or are fitness experts or both. But there's several niches of it. One of which is video gaming. Another one is hunting as well. But there's pretty much every single niche of people's hobbies and simple ways of life. There's always going to be currently there's going to be Instagram influencers for that certain thing. Um, so when I see people I haven't talked to in years, or honestly even like months or a couple weeks, it never really hurts to try and start or begin conversation through social media or just some random occurrence that we were say both at, but we never saw each other, or if there's just something that particularly stuck out in their Snapchat story, uh, a couple weeks ago, just bring it up. It's often it's typically something humorous or something serious, and it really just kind of gets the ball rolling on a conversation. Really greases the wheel there. Um, for and it's just like particularly I kind of worded it as like breadcrumbs to an actual serious in-depth conversation. Because I guess after a while, people begin to kind of let up their guard and they begin talking deeper into whatever certain topic people are into speaking about. Um, I read kind of towards the end of the chapter how you were going over slacktivism, and I like how you point out Kony 2012. I remember Kony 2012. I had to have been maybe 14 at the time. Still, I think maybe a sixth or seventh grader in middle school, maybe eighth, probably eighth. And I remember how moving the video was. I remember I watched like the whole kind of documentary, mockumentary, whatever it was on YouTube, and I remember being just so throttled by it. And really, think I remember I posted on my Facebook at the time, Cunny 2012, and was super active about it. Uh, Never spent a single dime on it on the whole activism portion. And the same can kind of go for really any sort of hashtag activism revolution, I guess, if you will. You kind of talked about the Texas massacre with the churches, uh, as well as a few others. Las Vegas shooting, in which people all over the place were supporting it, but to a certain degree, they're supporting it in their chair. They were throwing out their ideals on social media, but not really genuinely taking action behind it. And the same can kind of go with this whole coronavirus that's currently going on right now. Is a lot of people are talking about it, supporting these first responders and all these people that are at the front lines battling this issue. Meanwhile, they're not really doing a whole lot to truly combat it. And what I mean doing, like, they're not donating medical supplies. They're not sending money. It's just kind of hard with this whole slacktivism to really genuinely tell whether or not someone's actually into a certain activist standpoint, or if they're just kind of doing it just to kind of respond and sound like they're not the only person against the coronavirus, I suppose. Anyways, thank you.